think sleeping in the hut when it was minus 14 inside and everything was freezing over gave me a new appreciation for what we have. Once you prepared a nice hot meal and lit a fire and had the stove going, those huts were amazing. You just look out through the window and see this sparkling landscape, these amazingly clear skies and starry nights. It was really pretty special.
We planned this trip in February to coincide with my friend Chris's availability, and he ended up being our guide for 5 days in the Oulanka National Park, which is just inside of the Arctic Circle in Finland. We drove all the way up from Helsinki to Kuusamo, picked up some gear and headed into the wilderness in the Oulanka National Park. It was winter, so it was very cold. At the beginning, the nights were sort of only minus 10 to minus 15, but by the end of the week we had temperatures which were close to minus 28. Hey Richie, how you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good actually, considering it's what, minus 12?
Yeah, minus 12. And we've just stayed the night in Siilastupa Wilderness Hut. And we're heading today. You want to have a look on the map? We're here right now by Jurava. It's a waterfall behind us which is now frozen. And we're heading along this track here. Pieni karhunkierros. Gonna cross over the bridge, go down here, probably take a break and then walk up to this viewpoint, and then we're gonna make our way to this talviretki, which is a winter track, and then head up here and around, and then we're gonna stay in another wilderness cabin here, which is Jussinkämppä.
All we need to do is drag all the food with us on this massive sledge up and down hills. How are we doing with progress, Chris?
Good. We've done about a third of the day, or a quarter, doing about 12-14 k's today. This is the lava here. People stay here generally in the summer, but sometimes also in the winter.
I'm on the sleds dragging duty. It's freaking tough, man. This guy does it without effort. I'm like
when you've got those slightly longer days, it makes the arriving at the destination or the cabin that much sweeter when you know that you've got firewood and warmth and hot food and hot drink. So the idea is to kind of get it clean and ready for the next group. Make a little bit of kindling, chop up some firewood so people can come in basically with just a match and then get a fire going, get the hut warm, and yeah, it's a nice principle to follow.
Whenever we're done, we just replace the firewood that we used and give the place a sweep. Are you ready to get going?
Alright, so we just spent the night here in Jussinkämppä, which is our second wilderness hut. When we arrived, it's probably about -5. We started the day yesterday at -12. Today it's about 0, -2, so it's a little bit warmer, a bit more comfortable. This is where we are on the map. And we're going to be heading northwest, following this winter track here. And then this will take us about 8.3 kilometers. It will take us to Ansakämppä, which will be our third night and our third wilderness cabin. So it's a bit of a shorter day yesterday, probably about half the length of yesterday, which turned out to be quite long in the end. But it was a good challenge.
We survived, didn't we?
Yeah.
I did struggle there. It was tough towards the end there. I only cried twice.
Melting snow sucks.
So cool.
We're just gearing up to carry all of our stuff to the top of the hill, which is where we left the pulka or ahkio. It's a bit of a mission, but we've now got to carry everything back up. We've got a whole canister of water as well. So we're actually going to be going back the same route that we left today. I have a feeling everything's going to get wet. It's already starting to get wet. Could be cold.
So just pulled the polka up a massive hill and fancied a break at this nice little shelter. And in the firewood store, look at this guy. Just found a reindeer, just chilling. She's probably pregnant.
The cold doesn't go lightly on anybody, so if you give it any chance, it will start to creep in through your hands, and if you stop moving or sit down for too long, or you're not drinking hot drinks or hot food, then that's when the cold starts to creep in. We saw quite a lot of moose tracks. We also saw a couple of reindeers, but yeah, moose are quite seldom seen in the wild. They've got such good hearing, and even just from walking or speaking in low voices, they will hear you hundreds of meters, maybe even a kilometer or so before you even approach. So they've already moved on, and often you're just left with the traces of them, which is their tracks or their poo.
So that's it for today. We made it back to the third night hut. So much more difficult in the thick snow, especially when you've got the sled. Jesus. But I think we're doing alright. Made it in time for daylight and the snow. Oh, Chris, what's that? What are they doing? They dumped a load of rocks.
Just empty that sled. It's training weight.
We've been lost for 4 days now. We've run out of food. Dan and Rachel have started arguing. All hell is about to break loose.
The most difficult part for me was pulling the polka wearing snowshoes in thick snow where there's no track that's really made. So you're working hard with your feet, trying to grip, trying to push up, but also you're pulling quite a big weight behind you.
Made it back to the car.
What happened to the food that you bought yesterday, Dan?
Oh Jesus Christ, Mary. We have some frozen bananas. Look how fucking solid they are. We've got this is a mozzarella. Normally it's solid. It's actually solid. It's fucking solid. And we've got the peanut butter froze. We've actually got ice on the carrots.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it turns everything to shit.
Tastes bad.
No, the textures look horrible. The only thing we've got that isn't frozen is some goat cheese. We managed to cut it a little bit. And peanut butter's frozen. These tomatoes, they're solid. So like when you put them in your mouth, it's like eating a frozen pea, but then you crunch into it, expecting juiciness. It's just sludge. So that's our lunch for today. Oh man. But at least our toes are warming up. Oh, they're warm now pretty much.
Yeah.
We're heading back to Helsinki where the temperature's just about okay.
It's only -8 now. It was -25 this morning.
Jesus. Do you want some goat's cheese?
Okay.
Big lorry. No room for error. No room, stay on the tracks. If you deviate from the tracks, you will slip.
Done. We're back in civilization. We just slept in minus 25. How do you feel?
I'm so happy my toes feel a bit normal again. I was actually worried about them, like really worried about them in the car.
Rachel, how did you sleep?
Really badly. Although apparently I was still snoring, so I must have slept. It was just so cold.
Alright, Dan, it's all yours. It's too bright. You're gonna do it, Rach.